Hey, what's up, guys? It's Bye here. Today, I'm going to show you guys my top 5 best open field commanders right now. And I think these commanders gonna be able to serve you for a long time. And I would say anybody should be investing on these commander. And I believe that you will not regret investing into these commander because they gonna serve you for a long time. All right, so let's go into the top 5 best open field commanders right now. All right, so here is a list of 5 best open field commander as of right now. As you can see that I am an infantry player, but I am actually picking 3 cavalry commander here as my 3 of my top 5. And so only 2 infantry commanders are in the top 5 here, right? I'm not picking off like 4 or like 3 infantry commander here. I'm being fair, okay? Alright, so let's go ahead with the first commander here, which is XY, right? Sang Yu here. Very strong active skill, right? And you can cast the active skill very quickly as well with only 900 reach requirement only. That cut down like 1 turn for a lot of like times. For like a life for like a cycle for the skill casting time. 1700 AoE skill damage. The 30% defense debuff, like AoE debuff, it's just crazy, right? Just the first active skill alone for XY, it worth getting it for him. A very strong first active skill. Second skill, boosting up more attack for him. Also gave him that extra mobility for cavalry marches here, right? Cav already fast, but you also gain that extra 15% march speed bonus here. So very good. Right, more attack, more mobility. So this one, the third skill has to do with rallying. So you for like an open field fire, you don't really care too much, especially for like a medium spender or low spender or free to play. You don't really care too much about this one because you will never be rallying anything important. Um, next one is the fourth skill. Okay. While on the map, the skill cost is reduced by 50 rage. So instead of 9 rage, it is now 850. Make it even faster for you to cast your active skill, which can keep your target defense reduction debuff on the target like for a long time, like very frequent. He also has the mechanic to increase damage, right? Overall damage increase here anytime he casts his active skill. Especially how fast he casts his active skill, he can stack up the buff very quickly. But it does come with a side effect, which is that reduce hit march speed reduction here, right, by 10% for every stack. But it's okay, right? If sometime for like a big fight, you might not need him to be very fast. You might not care too much about that march speed reduction, right? If it were like a minus like 60% defense or like 40% defense, and you think twice about it. But march speed reduction is okay. His last skill, his expertise skill here, 10% more skill damage, right? Overall, when hits troop gain reach but for more than 1 turn, the skill damage will also increase by additional 10% for 3 seconds. Very good, very good, good kits here for the commander. And like for him, like if you don't have a lot of sculpture, right? A 5-5 would definitely be usable already for XY. Okay, so very good commanders. Not necessarily need to be expertise, right? But you can expertise him if you can afford him. Right? If you want to get one of the best commander in the game right now, then you should expertise him. That is for the first commander. Next one, we got Nevsky. Right? Very strong single target debuff. You can debuff a target up to like minus 45% defense, right? Very strong, and the debuff lasts for up to 3 seconds, I believe. Yep. And like it's just so much easier for you to just like kill any target with him, right? If you swarming on a target and you have Nevsky, that target is guaranteed to get minus 45% debuff. And if you pair XY if you pair Nevsky with XY secondary, you can actually keep a target like on like minus 30% defense or minus 45% defense for 5 to 6 seconds, right? And then your XY can cast the skill again. Very strong pair. So very good debuff here. Very good kits for him. The second skill gave him 20% increased attack for cavalry and 20% march speed here, right? Like for like a cavalry commanders, and you gain 20% march speed more. Like you could be so much faster. Okay. So that is and when he outside of alliance territory, he gains 20% more health. Okay. So you like when you are on the offense, if you find outside of alliance territory, you gain that additional buff that you need. When you're on alliance territory, you get a lot more buff from fighting on the alliance territories, and maybe you don't need that additional buff. But the 20% more health when you fight outside alliance territory is very good. Next one is gaining 10% increase. I think I only have level 1, okay? But I think you can get up to like 20% defense increase and 10% more damage, right? Very good skill again, right? It can work very well on the open field. But the most important one is, I would say, the force skill, right? The force skill can increase his skill damage by a lot, right? If you can get it to level 5, crazy amount of like skill damage increase. And if you pair him with another skill damage commanders, and the amount of skill damage you can dish out with Nevsky is crazy. Very high, if not the highest single DPS target commander in Rise of Kingdom right now, with very good debuff, can work very well with the team. His expertise, to play as a commander, deal 5% increase more normal attack damage and gain 10% chance to increase the health of cavalry unit by 30% for 3 seconds when attacked. So he also come with that anti-swarming mechanic, right? So let's say if your Nevsky gets swarmed, he's gonna be able to gain some additional health so that you don't suffer too much damage. Very good, very good expertise, right? For someone who want to play like aggressively. Okay, next one, we got another cavalry commander here, which is William, right? The one good thing about William is that you don't need him to be expertise, to be honest. So you can keep him at 5551. 5551. Or if you have more sculpture, or if you're rich, you can expertise him. So it is worth it for a long-term investment. So William come with like an AoE skill damage, right? 1500 AoE skill damage here with us march speed slow debuff, which is okay, not that amazing in terms of like debuff. He does come with that 20% increased attack and 15% march speed bonus, right, which can make your cavalry marches a lot faster as well against. And when he outside alliance territory, he's also deal 10% increased damage, right, outside of alliance territory, which can help you a lot, especially when you are fighting on enemy alliance territory or when you fight on neutral territory. Next one, we got something here is another skill here that can work on the field, right, while on the map. Again, he can additional 20% increased attack and have a 10% chance to inflict a direct damage to the target, up to 800 damage. Okay, and it's also increased when the target gangs swap. Okay, like you can increase that damage by a lot as well. Very high. Again, very high amount of skill damage here from this commander. So I would say one thing very good about William is that his force skill, he brings the buff you need for your setup. Okay, he with the even at level 1, you can provide 50 rage per second for 3 seconds if your active skill hitting on multiple target, right? And in like a murder boss situation, very high chance for you to be able to gain this buff here. In like a swarming or on a single target situation, William is still a very high DPS damage as well, right? So even if you cannot get the rage increase here when it comes to swarming a single target, overall he is still very good. But he worked extremely well in open field mass murder ball situation. His expertise is okay, right? It's slightly increased more in the cavalry attack and slightly increased a little bit more on the skill damage from hit third skill, I believe. Yep. It's not like a must-have, right? So I'm waiting. I'm sticking with like 5-5-5-1 for now. But in the future, right, if I have more sculpture, I would definitely work on him. As of right now, I am working on my Nevsky. My Nevsky is only 5-5-1 only, so I definitely want to get him to a little bit higher. Alright, next up we have we got a new infantry commander here, like Sapio Prime. Okay. What's the active skill only for Sapio? Like just the active skill alone is worth it for you to get him already. Sapio, 2000 AoE skill damage with debuff here, right? 30% health reduction for 3 seconds for up to 3 targets. Like just as good, or if not better than XY active skill. Okay. The XY active skill is only 1700 and 30% defense reduction. Like Sapio's 2000, right? 300 more and 30% health reduction here, right? So active skill is definitely better than XY, and with just the active skill alone, it is worth it to get him. Okay. His second skill come with you can increase the attack for infantry by 40%, march speed by 15%, which is very much needed for a lot of infantry marches, because they can be quite slow, especially if you're running D5. You're going to need 15% march speed bonus for your infantry. Okay. An additional 10% march speed bonus when you are outside of Alliance territory. Okay. Can work very well in Ark of Osiris. The third skill, right, increase infantry unit health by 20% when attacking troop and grant each attack a 10% chance of dealing continuous additional damage for 3 seconds, damage factor 500. Did effect trigger once every second, right? So 10% to deal a total of like 1500 damage here, right? A very good skill against, almost as good as Alex's second skill, right? Alex's second skill can deal 10% chance to deal 1700 damage. This one have 10% chance to deal 1500 damage here. Almost as good. You can use him for like city hopping, right? It's very similar to Alex. Next one, right, the fourth skill. When troop on the map takes skill damage, there is a 50% chance of reducing that damage by 30% and forming a shield that cover up to 3 allies. So one of the commanders that can provide additional shield, additional damage absorption for your marches, right? Especially in the murder boss situation, right? I think this one got kick in very often, especially when you keep getting hit by also AoE skill damage. Last one is the expertise skill, right? Expertise skill increase skill damage overall by 10%, right? So if you have another like high skill damage commander with Savio, can work very well. When target is silent, Rage grow 30% faster. Okay, so you know that nowadays, right? When you look at the open field, you will see a lot of Guan. Like Guan is being used. Like, pretty much everybody running Guan nowadays. Even like for archer player or infantry player or cavalry player, they run Guan. Okay, because Guan is just amazing. So most of the time, your target gonna get silenced. So his expertise skill can work very well because, and especially Guan do AoE silent as well, right? So like very high chance that the target that you are going to attack will already be silenced or will be silenced by someone, or if you have Guan with your setup, then you're going to get that additional rage bonus right there. Can work very well. Okay, but for me, right, I think Sapio is also not like a must expertise commander, right? You can expertise him like I did if you have a lot of universal sculpture, and if you think of like a long-term investment on him, and you don't have to invest on like other commanders, right? You can definitely expertise him. Otherwise, I would say 5-5-1-1 is pretty solid, like pretty solid here. Just for the first skill, right? Just get the first skill to 5. I think he can outperform a lot of like epic commanders or like a lot of like season 1, season 2 commander already. That is number 4, Sapio Prime. The last one in the top 5 is Guan. Okay, you know that everybody love using Guan. Like Guan is being used very like a lot on the field, right? Like if you see a lot of a richer in season 1, season 2, season 3, Gwen is what you see in season 4 and whatever after. Okay, Gwen is just amazing. He also a very cheap investment as well. um Granny is one of the commanders that you do not need his expertise, right? Because his expertise is blah, not that great. If you can try to get him like 5x55, you can just completely ignore his expertise. So first, active skill, right? Deal 2000 damage and silent target for 3 seconds, right? AoE silent here, right? Very good debuff. Work very well in mass like motherboard situation. Its second skill had to do with rallying against, right? We don't care too much about rally structure. Third skill gave infantry unit 30% increased attack and 15% march speed bonus here. Upon leaving the battle, the commander heal a portion of slide unit. So very good third skill here. More attack increase, more march speed bonus, more survivability. Right? When you pulling out from the fight, you can heal back up to like 1000. Almost as good as Richer. Richer healing is 1400. When alone 1000 if you pull back, and especially nowadays, a lot of time when you fight on one target, you kill it, you pull back, or you just swarm down the target. If you kill the target, you gotta get back that you gotta be able to heal yourself because you gotta be out of the battle. Force skill. Force skill can work very well. When the skill Saint of War hit exactly one enemy, it has 50% chance to deal an additional damage factor 1000. When skill hit 2 or more enemy, it has 50% chance to deal additional damage factor 1400 to the target enemy. Okay, so like can increase the DPS you deal to the target that you select by a lot, and 50% chance is very high. Okay. So overall, right, very good commanders. As I've mentioned before, Guan is not a must expertise commander because his expertise skill is so, and not like a must have. But if you have like either lucky coin or if you have some commander that can provide shields, then you might consider getting his expertise. But I strongly recommend for a free to play low spender player, if you could reset his skill, right? Don't go to expertise him. Kind of a waste here. I expertise Guan before the skill reset came out. So yeah, right. Those are the 5 best open field commanders that I think as of right now. Some people might think that, oh, why don't I pick Boudica? Okay, like Boudica is okay-ish. Like I mean, Boudica is good. Like if I could get like a number 6 pick, then I'll pick Boudica. But again, like I've also mentioned before, that you should be sticking with either infantry and cavalry, or like infantry archer or cavalry archer. But you should be sticking with 2 unit type only. I wouldn't recommend you to go with 3 unit type, 3 different unit type, right? I wouldn't recommend for a lot of people. It depends on what you have, to be honest. But like Boudica's can be solid, but like her debuff is okay-ish, I would say. And right nowadays, there's still a lot of like cavalry marches running around, and archers still not perform very well on the open field, based on my observation. That is the reason why I'm not picking on archer commander here. But Boudica can work. She's pretty solid, right? Very high single DPS. Very good, decent debuff. She pretty tanky, right? If you want to pick a 6 best commanders, then she gonna be if I can pick a 6 an additional best commanders, and I'll put her in rank number 6. Anyway, guys, let me know what you guys think. Like, do you agree or disagree with the list of my best 5 commander right now for the open field, guys? Thanks for watching the videos. Peace.